Hello, my friends. Today I am bringing you a full day of eating video like I usually do. But as you saw from the title, it says I eat what to lose weight? What I eat during the day on WW. I titled it that for several reasons. Number one, this is a big time of year for people to join WW or to start a weight loss program. Once people get back in their routine and summer's over, they want to buckle down, the holidays are coming, things like that. And also, I get questioned constantly by family, by friends, everything saying, especially if we're out somewhere and we're eating together. I mean, not that we're in restaurants anymore, but someday we will be. But just, they'll look and they'll go, "You allowed to eat that?" Or they'll go, "You're ordering that?" Or, "Don't you want your chicken just like plain?" No, I don't. Because whatever I eat and do to lose the weight, I have to do forever to maintain it. So I've been maintaining for 2 years, and I'm eating the same way now that I ate in the beginning, with a few minor differences. I've learned a few things. Yeah. So I thought I would just, really show you today, like I said, what I'm eating. And because it's a really great day. Like there's a lot of really good food on my menu today. And it's just all real food. All food that you can buy in the grocery store. Like people are like, well, do you have to eat the WW food? You have to eat the Weight Watchers food? You have to eat the Weight Watcher meals? Well, no, you don't. I mean, yes, they do have some Weight Watchers snacks and some, because it's their brand. I mean, of course they're going to do it because they can make money. It's their way. Like, just like with the frozen things. I mean, they're great if you need something for convenience, but it's not like Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem or something like that where you have to eat prepackaged microwavable food. But I won't even get into that and my feelings on that. But I just want you to really focus on what I'm eating. And it's just food. I watch my portions and things like that. And I plan. Yes, I plan. You have to have some degree of planning to make this successful, because if I'm going to have, like if we're doing something where I'm going to have a high point breakfast, I'm not going to have a high point lunch and dinner too. I'm going to plan around that. But that's the great thing about WW. You can plan around that. It's very easy to, I don't want to say manipulate, because I'm not manipulating, I'm planning. If I know that we're going to have a meal that's high point, I'm going to make those other meals low point. I'm not going to not eat. I'm not going to starve myself. I'm just going to plan for it. So today, while you see my food, just really pay attention to what it is and realize that we can eat good, delicious, readily available food and still be successful. We don't have to eat anything crazy. We don't have to eat boiled chicken and steamed vegetables for every meal. We don't have to buy boxes out of the freezer section for every meal. We can just eat stuff. Believe me, I like convenience. I order my groceries online and pick them up. I order a lot of stuff from nutstop.com. Now that I know about them, because their prices are just phenomenal and they have such a good variety. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about like the attitude of, well, I'm not going to eat pasta. I'm only going to eat spiralized zucchini because that'll help me lose weight faster. Don't eat it if you don't like it. I don't really care for it. So, and I'm sorry, it's not spaghetti. It might be good in a stir fry or in a noodle dish, but if I want spaghetti and meatballs, I want spaghetti and meatballs. I don't want zucchini and meatballs. And I really think that is what helped me be successful. Fitting in those foods early on knowing that I have to eat like this for the rest of my life. I can't eat spiralized noodles and rice cauliflower and cauliflower crust pizza and whatever else there is out there um, while I'm losing the weight, and then, have the attitude of, well, as soon as I get to goal, I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch and I'm going to start eating the real food again. The minute you do that, you're going to gain your weight back because your body's not used to it. Get your body used to it early. Get yourself used to portion control and planning early. So that's kind of just what I wanted to bring you in this full day of eating. It's a typical full day of eating. I mean, I just show you my food, but just pay attention to what it is, and pay attention. Of course, any recipes I'll have linked in the description box below. Pay attention to those because they're just recipes. They're just food that I'm picking up from Walmart or picking up from Aldi. It can be done. It truly can be done. So that's all I wanted to preface this video by saying. And of course, I talk too long. So the food will be quick, I promise. And you're going to love my lunch. Lunch was fabulous. Took a little planning. If you work full time, then it's definitely a good weekend lunch for you. But, I work from home, so I could easily make it up. But anyway, that's all. We'll get started, as always, with breakfast and then just go through the day. Good morning. It is breakfast time, and breakfast this morning is Jessica's German pancake with a little bit of homemade berry sauce and 2 links of Joan's chicken sausage. This is normally 4 points, but I used cashew milk today and it actually took it down a point. So 3 points on purple and blue and 5 points on green today. I couldn't believe the cashew milk brought it down a point. And the homemade berry sauce is 0 and the Jones's chicken sausage is 1 on all plans. So I have a 4-point breakfast this morning. I thought I'd bring you along while I made lunch. I already made my 2-ingredient dough. I did 3/4 cup of flour, so it would be 3 servings. I measured it out on my scale, divided it by 3, rolled it out, and then added 2 ounces of ham. Actually, I had a little less than 2 ounces on this one. This one was mine. I should have just added the whole 2 ounces. And I added a half a slice of full-fat Swiss cheese. Then I just bundle it up and put it aside. And then I'll start on the next one. These next 2 are Doug's, so I did put more cheese and more ham in his because, he's not worrying about the points. On mine, though, I just want to mention that I used, like I said, the full-fat cheese, and I used half of a slice, so that was 1 point. It's the Aldi brand. And I use the Crackus ham, which is 0 points for 2 ounces. I don't know why I didn't use the whole 2 ounces. I don't know what I was thinking. It's still 0. But live and learn. Then, after they're made, what you do is take half a cup of boiling water and a tablespoon of baking soda, mix it together, and then you dip the sandwiches in, and then you sprinkle them with kosher salt. The baking soda and water solution is what makes them brown. It is lunchtime. Here is my ham and cheese stuffed soft pretzel. I should have put another slice of ham in there because I could have for no more points, but so be it. So I have that, and that is 4 points on all plans. I was debating whether it's 5 on green, but the amount of yogurt in the dough is just so little that it's not. It's just 4 points on all plans, I'm pretty sure. Some grapes and pineapple. 0 points worth of beer mustard from Aldi to dip my sandwich in, and a bag of veggie chips and bats. These are 2 points on all plans. So this is a 6-point lunch for me today. Kinds of, just eating regular food. I'm making dinner. We're having pork chops and onion gravy, mashed potatoes, and corn. which I have to make yet. But the pork chops are just regular old center cut pork chops, boneless center cut. And I have about a teaspoon or so of olive oil in the pan. Honestly, it's so little, I'm not counting it. And, you know, over 4 chops. And I'm just getting them nice and brown. I probably want that one a little more brown. Definitely that one. I'll just flip them over again, let them get nice and brown. But in about 2 minutes, I'm going to take this pile of onions and throw them in there. And let the onions cook down and caramelize, and that's how we're going to make the gravy. After I turn the pork chops over, I put the onions in. That was one huge onion. Look how much it cooks down. I got really nice color on the onions and on the pork chops. Then I'm just going to add some water. I really don't measure. This is probably about 1.5 cups or so. And then that's what's going to make our gravy. Our gravy is just going to be the pan brown bits and the water and a little bit of cornstarch. So I'm going to cover this. I'm going to let it come to a boil. I'm going to cover it and then turn it down to a simmer, and the pork chops will finish cooking through and everything will get nice and flavored. Then we'll thicken it up with a little cornstarch slurry, and that's it. That quick, easy dinner, the pork chops and onion gravy. Okay, these have been simmering for about 10 minutes. So now I'm just gonna crank it back up and bring it to a nice boil. And in here I have 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and some water just to make a slurry. Before that, I'm going to, I usually just get the salt out and add a teaspoon or 2, but we're just gonna do it the quick, easy way. Well, actually no, this is not quick and easy, this is a harder way. Because you definitely want to flavor that gravy. And then we're just going to add in a little bit of our slurry at a time. And this is how you can determine how thick you like your gravy. I like a thick gravy. I think Doug likes a thick gravy too. At least in 30 years of marriage, he's never complained. So I'm just gonna go with it. But you always want to make sure that your pan juices are boiling when you add your slurry in. Because it thickens much nicer. And after you add a little bit in, it's going to stop boiling because it needs to adjust the temperature. And as soon as it starts again, you can add a little bit more. Just add it a little bit at a time because you can always add more, but you can't take it away once it's done. Look at that beautiful gravy. And that is just from the scrapings on the bottom of the pan and the water. Now we're thickening up. No, woo! Yeah, I'm a messy cook. Just gonna dump the rest in because we like it thick. And then I'm just gonna put the lid on, turn it down to low, and get everything else ready to go. And dinner is done. It took about, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes tops. Dinner is on the table. My pork chop is 2.5 ounces. I have to look up the points on that. I forget now. I looked and now I forget. I can put them on the screen. My mashed potatoes are 3 points on blue and green and 1 point on purple. And corn is 0 on blue and purple and 2 points on green. I just have to look up. I think this is 2 points for the pork chop. I am not counting the gravy because there's nothing in it but a little bit of cornstarch, and the points on the cornstarch, by the time you divide them by 4 servings that this was, is negligible. So there you go. That is my dinner. Is it a sexy dinner? Nope. But boy, it's delicious and it's homey, and the best part is it's something that the whole family will eat. I mean, the kids, if they don't like onions, you scrape them off. You don't put any gravy on. But it's something everyone can eat. You know, back to what I said in the beginning of this video. You have to eat like you're going to eat forever. So you're not going to be wanting making 2 meals or 2 dinners every night, you know, one for the family and one for you. No, you all want to eat the same thing, and this just proves that you can. So guess what? There's even room for dessert tonight. Yep, I had a beautiful German pancake with homemade berry sauce and sausage for breakfast. I had those awesome pretzel soft pretzel ham and cheese sandwich, fruit and chips for lunch, beautiful pork chops, mashed potatoes for dinner, and there's still room for dessert. It all just takes planning and knowing what you're eating. So let me show you dessert. I have everything measured out already. This is going to be a 2-point chocolate cake. What I have in here is I have 2 tablespoons of self-rising flour. I have 1 tablespoon of monk fruit, Lakanto monk fruit. I have 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then here I have 2 different kind of cocos. I have this black onyx cocoa powder. I got this at the same place that we bought that bourbon chicken seasoning the other night. And this says, when using it for cakes, brownies, cookies, etc., suggested use is a 25 to 50% mixture with natural or Dutch cocoa. This dark cocoa has a rich chocolate flavor and lower fat percentage and is than normal baking cocoa. So you need 2 teaspoons altogether of the cocoa powder. So I have 1 teaspoon of the black onyx and 1 teaspoon of regular. So that's our dry ingredients. I'm just gonna whisk those together real quick. And then for our wet ingredients, I just have 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cashew milk. You can use almond milk, you can use regular milk, whatever you want to use. Because I think 2 tablespoons of regular, like 1% milk, is still 0 points. And I also have a splash of vanilla in there. The only thing I did forget in here is a dash of salt. Then I'm just gonna add in my wet ingredients. Mix it up. This is my first time using the dark cocoa powder, and wow, it's really dark. And then I'm gonna take my little glass ramekin here, and it's sprayed with nonstick spray. Now you could just mix everything right in there. Sorry, hon, I'm in your way.
I'm good.
But I like to do it separately because I just think you get a better result. And then we're gonna pop it into the microwave. And yes, I am getting every last bit of chocolatey goodness out of there. We are gonna pop this into the microwave on high for 50 seconds. Now your microwave may vary, but mine is perfect at 50 seconds. So I'll show you when it's done. Here it is out of the microwave. It smells so good. So what I did is I put it on my scale. Now the cake is 2 points on all plans, and I just want a little something on top of it. So I'm gonna take some Hershey's caramel syrup. This is just the regular. And I can have 3 grams of it for 0 points. So I'm just gonna drizzle a tiny bit over it. Oh, I'm on ounces. Oh no. Okay. Whew, there we go. 3.5 grams, close enough. And then some Land O'Lakes whipped cream. I can have 4 grams of this for 0 points. But there we go, 4 grams of that. So I have a chocolate cake with a little drizzle of caramel and a little bit of Ready Whip. And I really think it needs some jimmy, so I'm gonna well, nah, I'm just too lazy to go in the cabinet and get them. So there it is, a cake just made with ingredients that you will always have in your pantry for 2 points. I'm gonna go enjoy my dessert. Okay, I just wanted to come back on. I just wanna show you if you can see the texture. I mean, it is just like a cupcake. It is a piece of cake. It is delicious. I can't stress enough how good it is. And let me tell you, that black onyx cocoa powder, now I am not a dark chocolate girl, but wow, what an intense chocolate flavor. And just that tiny bit of caramel even brings it out a little bit more. I have no words. It is so good. So good. And I think I'll even be a really nice wife and either make one for Doug or just share mine with him. Well, my friends, that is it for me tonight. That cake was beyond phenomenal. It was so good. But I just wanted to show you what an amazing day of food you can have. Regular food, food that your entire family would eat. At least mine would. But see, my kids aren't picky. They'll eat anything I put in front of them. But you know, just you don't have to do anything special to lose weight. This is how I ate through my entire journey. And yeah, you can too. Portion control is one of the biggest things, I think. Definitely portion control and not going back for seconds. Knowing when enough is enough. Eating until you are satisfied and satiated, not full. We feel like crap when we eat till we're stuffed anyway. So you just need to eat until you are satisfied. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. A little something, I mean, the same, but a little something different with just really focusing on what I'm eating to get me through the day. And like I said, all my meals kept me full and satiated from one meal to the next because I try not to use a lot of sugar-free and fat-free items because it's the fat, well, not sugar, but it's the fat that helps keep you full. So you have to have some fat in your diet. It's good for your hair, it's good for your skin, it's good for your nails, it's good for your bowels, your colon, however you want to say it. And it also keeps you full. So like, you know, try to incorporate some fat in there. You know, I had some fat in my eggs that were in the pancakes, and I had some fat in the cheese because it was full fat cheese that I had for lunch, and it was olive oil, you know, in the pan for the pork chops. So, you know, try to really get those good things in your body. Don't panic about them. So anyway, that's it. I am done for the night. I am going to go get ready for bed because I'm tired. And I have a few things I need to get done around here first. So thank you so much for watching and for spending your day with me. And I will see you all very, very soon. Oh, you know the whole deal. Like, subscribe, comment, yada, yada, yada. Oh, and all the recipes that were pertinent for today, which would be breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. Yeah, they'll all be linked in the description box below. So just check down there and you'll find them all.